And let's head deeper in again and into Revelation chapter 10. And let's see that this mighty angel come down from heaven in verse 1 is in fact Jesus Christ. And he is the angel of the Lord. Okay. And in 1 Thessalonians 4:16 it says, "For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout." So somewhere in the book of Revelation, God actually descends. And he doesn't descend anywhere in Revelation chapter 4, and we're going to see that as we pass by there, as we just look at the fact that this is God, and get over the fact that it says a mighty angel, and that this angel couldn't be anybody else but God himself. And in Exodus 3, God appears as the angel of the Lord. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of the bush. Okay, which as we saw was a picture of the rapture here. And that there, of course, is an angel of the Lord. And Matthew 22:30 says, "For in the resurrection they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are as the angels of God in heaven." So we are as angels of God in heaven. And I'm going to tie that into 1 John chapter 3. In verse 2, where it says, "When he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is." So if we are like him, and we are as angels of God, then obviously we are angels, and he is an angel also, and he's a very mighty angel. Okay, and if we look at the rest of this verse, it says that the mighty angel of God is clothed with a cloud. And in Acts chapter 1, in fact, it says that when Jesus comes back, he will be clothed with a cloud. Nowhere is there a mention of that in Revelation chapter 4. Okay, and it says, "While they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. 2 men stood by them in white apparel, which said, This same Jesus, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven." So a cloud received him out of their sight, and he will come back in like manner, obviously in a cloud, as we see here in Revelation chapter 10, not Revelation chapter 4. Okay, and a rainbow was upon his head, and we're going to see that in multiple places here, that is in fact God. And if we go to Ezekiel chapter 1, the last verse, verse 28, it says, "As the appearance of the bow, the rainbow, that is in the cloud in the day of the rain, so was the appearance of the brightness round about. This was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord." So there's the match there, the rainbow upon his head. And we will see that someplace else too, which is Revelation 4. Okay, in Revelation 4, "He that sat was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone, and there was a rainbow about the throne." Okay, and like I said, when we were in Revelation 4, we're going to take a quick look at this, that the rapture doesn't happen here, and it couldn't happen here, because God is seated on his throne. Nowhere does he descend. And we're going to find that Revelation 10 will match up with all the rapture verses, and it's going to lead us to other pictures of the mid-tribulation rapture also. And when John heard this voice, the door was opened in heaven, so the voice came out of heaven. Okay, and immediately he was in the Spirit, so immediately he was in heaven, and nowhere did the Lord descend, as he does here in Revelation chapter 10. Okay, so we got to know that this is the angel of the Lord, obviously, and this is where it happens. Okay, and let's just continue on with the description of the mighty angel of the Lord, where it says his face was as it were the sun. Of course, that is none other than Jesus also. And it says in verse 16 of Revelation chapter 1 that his countenance is as the sun shineth in his strength. So there we go, another match. Okay, his feet are as pillars of fire. And as I said, this will lead you to more and more pictures of mid-tribulation rapture, which is what we have in Ezekiel 8. But first, let's just look at the feet as pillars of fire in verse 2. Ezekiel beheld, and lo, a likeness as the appearance of fire, from the appearance of his loins even downward fire. So there we are once again with the feet as pillars of fire. Okay, and let's take a close look at Ezekiel chapter 8, where it says that in the 6th year, in the 6th month, in the 5th day of the month. So what do we have here? 665. Just one number short of 666, or right before 666. What happens? God puts forth the form of a hand, and took him by the lock of his head, and the Spirit lifted him up between the earth and the heaven. There is a picture of the rapture clearly there. Okay, and brought me in the visions of God to Jerusalem. So he was a picture of the gathering together to Jerusalem, and to the door of the inner gate that looketh toward the north, where was the seat of the image of jealousy. So just as he is taken up, he sees the image of jealousy, or the image of the beast. And we see the 665 here, just before 666. So, as we can see here, Revelation chapter 10 is definitely the angel of the Lord descending. And even in verses 2 and 3, his right foot is upon the sea, and his left foot upon the earth. So God is going to be big. And it says he cried with a loud voice, as when a lion roareth. And here is the Lion of the tribe of Judah. And when he had cried, the 7 thunders uttered their voices. So who would they thunder besides God himself, or Jesus, or the angel of the Lord? Okay, so clearly this is the angel of the Lord. And from here, we're going to head down a little further in this chapter, and we're going to see that it describes the same events that happen in Daniel chapter 12. And we're going to see that all this matches up, and it matches up with everything, clears up all the confusion of the pre-tribulationists, and it'll clear up everything in the gospel, and we'll just see everything fits together perfectly. God has woven this together, and that's it for now, and Lord willing, I'll see you in my next video.